Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome to my channel, Cherished Memories Crochet. Today I'm going to show you these adorable ornaments. I call them Deck the Halls and they're so cute. I used a 4mm hook and they're about 4 inches wide, and I used Red Heart Super Saver in the metallic, and I used this gray and a white. And at the end of the video, I'll show you how to make a string of chains, and you can attach them and hang them over a doorway or wherever you'd like to decorate. And we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, you can either start with a chain 4 and slip stitch into the first chain, or you can do a magic circle, which I've already done. I'll put a link in the description box. I have a tutorial on how to make a magic circle really easy. Okay, so I've just finished my magic circle, and we're going to do 12 half double crochets either inside of your magic circle or your chain 4. And you're going to do 12. You're just going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and go through all 3 of those. And go ahead and do this until you have a total of 12 half double crochets, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Okay, I'm at the end of my round. I've got 12 half double crochets, and now we're just going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet. But before I do that, I'm going to tighten the middle of my circle, and then later I'll go back here and I'll make a knot and tie it, and then weave in my ends. Because if you don't do that, this circle could open up. Okay, so there's my first half double. And these work up really fast. You can have one done in like 15 minutes. Okay, so for this row 2, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to put 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. Just like that. These are so easy to do. And you can mix colors and matte, you know. So go ahead and do that. 2 half double crochets in every stitch around, and at the end of the round you should have 24 half double crochets, and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm finished with my 24 half double crochets. Now we're going to skip over the chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch into that first half double crochet. And now we're ready to start row 3. Just going to chain 1, and you're going to, the first stitch, you're going to put 2 half double crochets in there, and in the next stitch you're just going to put 1 half double crochet. And so that's what this pattern is for row 3. You're just going to alternate between 2 and 1. So we did 2 half double crochets and 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. So in the next stitch we're going to do 2 half double crochets. And in the next stitch, we're just going to do 1. And in the next one, you do 2 half doubles, and the next one, 1 half double crochet. So go ahead and continue that. And at the end of the round, you should have a total of 36 half double crochets. And I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I've got all 36 of my half double crochets. And if you'd rather, you could do double crochets if you want your ornament to be bigger, but I just didn't like the look of the double crochets. I like the shorter half double crochets. Okay, so I just finished my 36 half double crochets. We're going to skip over that chain 1 there, and we're going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet. Okay, so now we're ready to start row 4. And this one, what we're going to do is we're just going to do slip stitches on top of each stitch around, and they're so, it's hard to tell when you get to the end of the row. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a stitch marker in that last stitch here. That way I know when I'm at the end of the row. Okay, so, okay, I got it in there snug. We're just going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch, just like that. Just going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then slip it through this one on your hook, just like that. And you're going to go all the way around to the end, just doing slip stitches. And I'll show you. It just makes it look smoother, the edges, and it makes it a little bit heavier so it doesn't flip up on you. It just keeps it more sturdy. So go ahead and finish that, doing slip stitches all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Okay, I'm at the end of the round. Try to keep your tension the same when you're doing the slip stitches. You don't want to do one tight and the next one really loose. You want to have the same look all the way around. Okay, so we have one more stitch. I'm going to take out my stitch marker, and I'm going to slip stitch into that last one there. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch into the very first one we did. Just like that. And what I like to do when I fasten off of this one, I don't like the look of a knot on the border here. I'll show you. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and cut off. I'm going to take this yarn, and instead of doing a knot, I'm just going to pull this through. Just like that. I'm going to get a tapestry needle here. Okay. Now here's our last stitch. And what you're going to do is, you see there's a stitch there, or a slip stitch. We're going to go, let's see, my thread kind of split right there. It's hard to see. We're just going to go up in here. See, here's your the top of your stitches from the previous row. You don't want to go in there. We're just going to, okay, so the yarn's coming out here. So we're going to go like into the, right underneath the next one there. And kind of pull it. And make sure it looks good. See, there's no knot. And then I'm going to go back here. And I'm just going to go down a little bit. I try to go more into the inside of the middle of it. Okay. So now I'm just going to do a little knot. You just need one for this. And then, so I just did my knot, so now I'm just going to weave in a little bit. You don't have to do a lot of weaving in because it's, you know, just going to be hanging. And then I'm going to cut it off. And if you're doing a magic circle, pull it tight. And if you're doing a chain 4, you can also pull it tight and it will close it up better. This metallic yarn with those, I don't know what you call them, those little shiny strings, they kind of get in your way. Okay, so I pulled my circle tight. I'm going to go into a stitch close to it. I'll put my thumb in there so it doesn't go through again. And then just make a little knot there. Be careful and make the knot close to the ornament. And now I'm just going to weave that in there. Okay, so we have the ball part of the ornament. So now I'm going to use the white metallic for the hook part. And you can place it anywhere in the circle, but where you want to place it is, here's your slip stitches right here on the outside. You don't want to go in there. If you turn it like sideways, you can see your stitches from the previous row there. You're going to attach it, just go through those top 2 loops like that. Then there's your slip stitch, and there's the loops from the half double crochets. So just attach your yarn to that. So we don't want to touch the slip stitches. And leave a little tail to weave in. Okay, so insert your hook. Making sure you don't get into the slip stitch. Pull up a loop, chain 1, and you're going to do a single crochet in that first stitch there. The one where you attached your yarn. So there's 1, and you're going to do 4 more for a total of 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's what it should look like. So see how you still can see your slip stitches really good. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch across there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now this, for the last row, you're going to do a chain of 7. And I have found I usually do my chains before I turn my work, but in this, I like the look better if you just turn your work, and turn your work where, like, don't do it like this where your yarn's in front, because you can see the little, it just gives it a twist. Just do that, and then turn it this way where the yarn is in the back. Now do your 7 chains. And 7. And now you're just going to slip stitch into the first, well, this would be, yeah, that would be the first single crochet of that previous row there. Be careful not to go into the chain 1. Chain 1. Cut your yarn. And there it is. Oh, I hope I wasn't out of focus there. And then, well, I'll put you on pause. I'm going to weave in my ends here. Okay, I've got my ends weaved in. And this is what it should look like. Isn't it cute? It's more sparkly and a brighter looking gray. It doesn't show that on the camera, but it is a much prettier color. Let's see. Now, if you're wanting to do it like a string, let's see, where's my, okay. What you're going to do is you're just going to just make chains. Is all you're going to do. Okay. And these are pretty, like over a door or something. You can space them as close or as far apart as you want. Okay, so I'm just going to do that many. So now I'm ready to attach one of the ornaments. So you're going to want to put the front facing out and the back facing towards your chains. And then I'm just going to put my hook just like that. Now if I can get my, there we go. So it should look like that. I'm just going to grab that yarn and bring it on through the hook and then the chain. And now it's on there. So I'm going to go ahead and do some more. And I would probably put them a little bit farther apart, but for the tutorial, I'll just do them like this. Okay, so I've got my next ornament. And always have your yarn on the other side. Okay, so here's the outside facing the yarn. I'm going to get my hook, put it through the hook, the hook of the ornament, and now I'm just going to grab some yarn, bring it through the hook, and then bring it through my chain, just like that. I'm going to go a little bit more, and I'll put that third one on. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The back facing the chains. And where'd my yarn go? There we go. Bring the yarn through the hook part, and then bring it through your chain, just like that. And then go on and chain some more. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fasten off. Make sure I got them straight here. And, well, that one's wanting to go that way. Maybe if I turn them around. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Aren't they cute? I wish you could see how sparkly they are. They really look cute. And you can use all, different colors, red, any color that you want. I just did the gray and the white, but you can do, a bunch of colors on different, different ornaments. And you can even put them around your Christmas tree if you make enough of them. So, and like I said, I think they work up in each one about 15 minutes, and they're super easy to do, and they're so cute. And I hope you enjoyed my tutorial today, and thank you for joining me today. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. And until then, God bless and happy crocheting. Bye-bye.